Vantage is pitching an all-in-one trading app, but the real promise is cleaner movement of money across a messy product stack. This matters because many trading platforms still split funding, positions, copy trading, and yield into separate wallets or workflows. The upgrade story here is about making those pieces feel like one environment. The key distinction is whether this becomes a real usage story or stays only an access headline. The app update focused on asset visibility, capital movement, and a more integrated user journey. The article framed the broader industry shift as moving from fragmented modules to a connected asset management experience. Vantage Introduces Enhanced is the phrase tied to this setup, and this matters because many trading platforms still split funding, positions, copy trading, and yield into separate wallets or workflows. The upgrade story here is about making those pieces feel like one environment. Those are the confirmed pieces, and they explain exactly what changed for users right now. It also linked the design direction to wider interest in tokenized assets and more continuous market access. Capital efficiency is the mechanism. If users can see balances clearly and move funds more directly across functions, less capital sits idle between tasks and fewer actions are blocked by confusing account structures. Capital efficiency just means less money sits idle while the user moves between funding, trading, and other platform functions. In plain language, the product is trying to remove steps that used to slow people down. That affects active retail traders first, especially those juggling multiple product types inside one platform and trying to understand where their funds actually sit at any moment. The appeal is convenience, because the new route removes steps that previously kept many users out. That is often enough to create a burst of interest even before deeper adoption data arrives. What is still unproven is whether the smoother interface really changes user outcomes or mainly improves presentation, while the underlying complexity remains the same. For searches like Vantage Introduces Enhanced, what is still unproven is whether the smoother interface really changes user outcomes or mainly improves presentation, while the underlying complexity remains the same. That uncertainty matters because launch campaigns, fee holidays, and headline attention can all look bigger than the steady demand underneath them. That distinction matters here. An access event is not always an adoption event. A platform can open the door instantly, while real user behavior takes much longer to prove. The strongest launches are the ones that still show activity after the promotion period ends. Watch whether users adopt more of the platform stack after the redesign, and whether funding and transfer friction genuinely drop in live usage. That is the cleanest way to tell whether this becomes routine usage or just an attention spike. The next useful signal is not the announcement itself. It is the behavior that follows the announcement. The broader angle is that crypto products keep trying to hide complexity behind simpler interfaces. When that works, distribution expands. When it fails, the headline fades faster than the product itself. This story sits right in the middle of that test, which is why early traction has to be read carefully. Watch whether users adopt more of the platform stack after the redesign, and whether funding and transfer friction genuinely drop in live usage. The story only gets stronger if users, volume, or developers keep showing up after the first announcement wave, because that is when convenience turns into real market traction.